What's the weirdest rule you had in your home growing up? Please subscribe, like and leave a comment. Much love to you all. Salt was for guests only. The actual use of spices was very looked down on and seen as a huge insult to my mom and dad, even though they were absolutely horrid cooks. I remember having food thrown out or given to someone else if I salted it. Apparently there was salt already in it. Wonder why their cooking was so shit? Can't possibly be lack of seasoning. No, obviously, it's your taste buds that are wrong. Damn dad. Is that you? My dad made up a rule to stop my big brother from asking about getting a dog every 10 seconds. We had neighbors on both sides who had dogs, so the rule was that only every other house could have a dog. My brother believed it for a long time. Calvin's dad logic. Well played. You have no idea how happy he would be that you made that connection. I couldn't recline or lay my body down at all if my boyfriend was over. My mom thought that me laying down would give them thoughts, so I couldn't do it. Once I put my feet up on the couch while my fiancé was over, and my mom got pissed and thought I was trying to turn him on. I also changed into sweatpants from jeans once because I was going to watch a movie with my boyfriend and she thought I changed to give him better access. I was just uncomfortable in jeans. Also, no Sailor Moon, Avatar, Fairly Odd Parents, Harry Potter, anything with magic or witchcraft. Also never celebrated Halloween and never trick or treated. Sweatpants? You absolute harlot. She really doesn't want grandchildren. My grandmother said not to shit during a lightning storm because a bolt of lightning might strike the pipe and electrocute me. That's extreme. My parents just told us no showers or going outside. My kids just came home from their grandmother's house yesterday evening without having taken a shower because it was storming intermittently. I never knew this was a thing. It's becoming less of an issue. Drain pipes are rarely metal nowadays and most new construction uses PEX not copper. My dad allowed me to have a bed, 5 outfits, hygiene products, and a Bible. That's it. His wife would make my sister and I sit on towels on the couch because we smelled like shit. Very similar to my dad. We got 2 outfits for the entire school year that he picked out and a pair of shoes from Payless. We were going to grow anyway, so we never got anything good and our coats were from a catalog and not warm. $20. My mom, always drunk, made fun of me for always looking happy Halloween every day, but WTF. I had no clothes, no one to help me dress, and if I was lucky my grandmother sent me a few extras from Fillings, but they were always rejects. To this day, I can't shop or put clothes together. Needless to say, both my brother and I were not popular. My dad on the other hand bought the best for himself. That's awful. My grandfather grew up during the Depression and never had enough food or clothes, so when he got older he would hoard both. I always thought it was kinda sad, but completely understandable. Most nicer clothing stores will have salespeople to help you put together looks. My mill worked at a nicer clothes store after she retired, just so she could help people do exactly this. She loved it, and she has an amazing sense of style. Sorry you dad was such a cunt. I wasn't allowed to put sugar in my tea because my mum told me that when you go to prison they don't let you have sugar, so it will makes prison that much harder. Thanks for having so much faith in me, mum. I'm pretty sure you are allowed sugar for your tea in prison. I'm surprised she didn't lock you in, because in jail you get locked in. If you're not preparing your young child for prison, are you even parenting? No pooping or peeing within the hours of 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock AM or PM. AM. Not sure if they had a reason, but it was always so random. Weird. How was that enforced? They just always told me not to. I bet this was their window for naughty time. They didn't want you wandering around the hall in case you heard them getting their freak on. At my friend's house they had a no pizza balling rule. There were 3 teenage brothers, and when they ordered pizzas, at least a couple larges, tempers flared quickly when people would try to grab as many slices as they could. The first rule in place was that you couldn't have more than 1 slice at a time, and you could grab another once you had the last bite in your mouth. But one of the brothers quickly figured it out that if you ball up a slice he could fit it in his mouth and grab another one. Hence, no pizza balling. Edit 1. Spelling and stuff. Edit 2. To be clear, I'm not endorsing this as a good idea, it's just a thing I saw happen. When the pizza box was about to hit the table, the only thing the mom said was, "Remember, no pizza balling," which was so confusing for me, for about 5 seconds. Time to deliver a pizza ball. Edit. Oh shit. Thanks for the gold. When I turned 16, I was not allowed to leave my room for any reason whatsoever between the hours of 11 PM to 8 AM. I had my own bathroom and was given a mini fridge for snacks if I got hungry or was up late in the summer. I found out later that this was because my mom would get on dating sites and invite random men to the house for coitus and didn't want me stealing the spotlight and taking away her shot at love. Edit. To answer some questions, I don't think she was doing this for money because we were always broke as shit. If she did get compensation, it was probably very small amounts or non-monetary. I didn't mind too much because we fought a lot and I tended to keep my distance from her anyways. It was just weird that she'd specifically lock me in during that time. She was in therapy. She was on meds. The problem was that they would stop working or she'd start abusing them after so long and then it'd start another spiral or crazy shit. This was one of the most tame behaviors of hers. She never really got better, just worse. This all came to a head a few years ago when she basically ran away from home. We got a call about 2 months later that they had found her laying prone on the ground with no response, with some injuries that were coincident to a small gang in the city she was living in at the time. Best we can tell, she got into some trouble with them and they killed her or had her killed. I didn't have a great relationship with my mom, but yes, I still loved her. My dad had diverticulosis, pockets in the intestine, and couldn't eat sesame seeds, among other things. When we would eat fast food sandwiches, everyone had to give their bottom buns to dad in exchange for his top buns. So all my life I grew up eating burgers with 2 top, seeded buns. This was never explained, and it was from before I born, so it was literally when I was in college that I realized that it wasn't normal. I thought it was just dad privilege TM to have 2 bottom buns. Such male privilege. This guy's got pockets in his intestines, when most women don't even get pockets in their clothes. If you come home at night and the door's locked, even if I have a key, find somewhere else to sleep. Can't remember which serial killer this pertains to, but one got a victim this way. A girl came home past curfew and her parents said she had to sleep outside. Then the killer took her from her porch. My memory of this is very vague, so feel free to correct me if I'm wrong about the details. The killer was Paul Bernardo and his wife Carla Homolka. The girl was 14-year-old Leslie Mahaffey. She was locked out of the house after missing curfew. I can't remember what I did wrong, but my dad came up with around 20 pages of rules I had to follow as a punishment. The weirdest was that I could no longer eat ice cream sandwiches. I could only buy things if I was buying them for a birthday or Christmas gift for somebody else. Mind you, this was my own money I earned from my job. My mom knew how long it took to get home from school, so if I stopped at the store, she knew and I'd be in trouble. Shit, my parents weren't this bad, but I wasn't really allowed to buy expensive things for myself. Work all summer and save up money to buy a high-end computer? Nope, that item is too expensive and you'll waste away your youth playing games. So naturally I whittled my money away on small meaningless purchases instead of buying the one big thing I actually wanted. I feel you. I think I spent most of it on cookies in the school cafeteria, since I couldn't spend it on anything else. Man, that kind of stings to admit. Spending money on things like that was one of the little rebellions I was able to make. Bedtime was 7 PM until I was in my teens. I didn't realize other kids had much later bedtime until I was a teenager. I think it was mostly because my mom's favorite soapy comes on at 7 PM. We were noisy kids. My parents acted like referring to them as Yoshi while they were in the room was the equivalent of saying fuck you. So referring to my parents with pronouns was effectively not allowed. That seems like it could create some very cumbersome sentences. Your mom was planning on going out with mom's friends tomorrow evening, so we have to make dinner while mom is gone. It's time mom got some free time to mom's elf. Don't lock the bathroom door. Why not? Because you don't need to. Lady, I need my privacy. My grandpa's reasoning for this was, if I ever passed out or slipped, he would rather not, or maybe just couldn't, break down the door to get to me. Weirdly enough, I did randomly pass out in the bathroom once. Luckily, the door was wide open that time. Yeah, this is exactly why in my house we don't lock the bathroom door when taking a shower.
Thanks for watching, subscribe for more.